Welcome to reading Am I the Asshole? Because I am absolutely qualified and mentally stable enough to give my opinion on these. Am I the asshole if I tell my friend her boyfriend is planning to propose? Probably. Let's find out. My 27 female best friend has been dating her boyfriend, 26 male, for over 5 years. A while back, he reached out to me to help figure out ring size and the setup so he can make this the most magical day for her. Having known my friend for over 20 plus years, I know exactly how she wants her proposal to go and who she wants to be there. So I relayed all this information to him months ago via text and over phone. I even took the time to covertly find and confirm which ring she would love the most. A little background. My friend is incredibly family and friend oriented. Family and friend oriented. And in the past, expressed to me on multiple occasions, especially during holiday season, that in the 5 years they've been together, he hasn't really made much of an effort to indoctrinate himself into her family or friendships the way she has for his. While I do generally like him, I have always felt that he is incredibly self-serving and self-focused. Recently, through a mutual friend, I found out he started a group text between his, emphasis on his, friends and his family to set up the time and date of the proposal. He has not only excluded myself, and according to the screenshots I've seen, he's doing everything verbatim I suggested he do, but has completely excluded her family and other close friends from the event. He is planning on only having his boys and family present for the occasion. And knowing my friend, this would ultimately break her heart not being able to share this moment with her loved ones. I got heated and called him. At first, he was dodging my questions, then just outright said, "This is my proposal, and I've spent enough time and money to choose how I do it. Just be happy for your friend. It's not like you're not coming to the wedding." This infuriated me. And to make matters worse, I ran into her mom and dad at the grocery store and subtly asked if they knew of any possibility she was getting engaged. They were unaware, and I know for a fact my friend has told him that he needs to ask her parents for their blessing. She's somewhat traditional. My friend wears her heart on her sleeve, and I can predict how this event will go down when she sees all of his close friends and family and none of hers. Considering her previous sentiments about his lack of interest in her family/life, she will 100% see this as being hurtful and selfish, and I know she'll cry. To make matters worse, the location of the proposal is a whopping 30 minutes from her parents' house. This guy sounds like a boner. I don't want to get involved in a fight or reveal the surprise, but on the other hand, I feel I owe it to my lifelong friend to help her avoid being hurt and disappointed. Maybe even helping her rethink what her future would look like with someone who just doesn't appreciate what she values in life. Am I the asshole if I tell my friend her boyfriend is going to propose? Before I read any of the edits or the updates, I want to give my opinion. If we're TLDRing this, yes, she is absolutely an asshole. No matter what the circumstances are, don't ruin a proposal. Like, the whole point of a proposal is it's supposed to be a surprise. However, this guy sounds like a loser. Like, just I don't think you should ruin the proposal, but I do think it's your responsibility as their friend to really talk them through, hey, you're dating a loser. Here's what I would do. I would just let this thing roll. Whatever the happens. It's not, it doesn't affect your life like at all. Let it play out. Let these things happen to her. And then after the fact, relay all this information to her. Tell her like, oh yeah, you know how you were really disappointed your family wasn't there? And hey, look at how he invited all of his boys, but none of your friends. I told him not to. Lay it all down. Put your whole on the table and be like, bro, he's kind of a bum. You have to do the Hail Mary here. You can't go in and ruin the proposal because that's gonna hurt your friendship. The boyfriend is gonna give the perfect proposal that his personality would not give in the first place. You need to let this guy the bed so that you can show that to your girlfriend and be like, look how much of a loser he is. That won't hurt your guys' friendship, and is honestly probably your best bet of getting this dude out of her life. The proposal is scheduled for this weekend. I will give you guys an update on how it goes. After so many responses, I've decided not to say anything and to let things play out. I gave him an opportunity by expressing the need to invite her parents and friends like she's always wanted, and he chose not to. That's on him, not me. Good call. I want to see what people are saying in the comments. Do not tell her. As much as you know her and want this proposal to go as planned, it is ultimately up to her boyfriend how he wants to do it. If your friend is disappointed, then that can be her sign to discuss with her fiance about moving forward. It is not your place to tell her or to intervene at this time. Let this dude show his true colors. If you get in the middle of them, you seem petty and jealous. Let him propose his way, and then your friend comes to you and complains to you kindly and gently. You tell her that you tried to get him to incorporate. Okay, exactly what I said. Let's go to the update. Here we go. To everyone who told me to keep my mouth shut, thank you. You're welcome. So on Saturday, the day of the proposal, I got a call from her boyfriend. He was screaming at me, blaming me for not showing up, uninvited still, to the proposal with her parents because she was upset they weren't there. I was slack-jawed. So let me get this straight. He didn't invite her or the parents and then blamed it on her? What the fuck? I told him I knew this would happen, and he says verbatim, you just admitted you knew this would happen, so if you knew the whole time and you actually cared about her, you would have invited them. This guy has to be an only child. That's like the only way this like genuinely makes sense in my brain is only children do this. Only English. I was gobsmacked and hung up on him. Not even an hour later, I get a call from her asking me to come to her parents. According to her, this is how the situation played out. He popped the question, she said yes, and the people he invited popped out from hiding. She was bombarded by 4 of his guy friends, his mom, dad, older brother, and his sister-in-law. His parents were holding a sign that read, "Welcome to the family, Mrs. Insert his last name here." And this is where things go downhill. I did not know this before, and I thought I knew everything. But my friend doesn't want to change her last name. And she's told him that repeatedly since they got together. She's an only child from a Ukrainian family, and with everything going on with Ukraine in the last year, she's doubled down. When she saw the sign, she joked, "Mrs., his last name, I think you mean Mrs., her last name." Everyone went silent until his mom said, "Well, the ring is already engraved." Well, if the ring's engraved, then it has to be true. She takes the ring off and sees Mrs., his last name, engraved on the band. Then she asked if her parents were coming. He gave every excuse. He didn't have their number. There were too many people. How do you not have their number after 5 years? Shut the f up. He didn't have their number. There were too many people there. He wanted to keep it private and eventually said, "This was my proposal to you, and now my family is your family. We can just send your parents the pictures later." She took the ring off and left. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, give her my number. High key, I need a woman like that. That's when I'm assuming I got that call from him. She went straight to her parents. She asked them about the engagement. They were clueless. She then asked if I knew anything. I asked if she was in the right place mentally. She said she was, so I told her I would answer any question she had rather than dumping everything on her. She was upset, but thanked me. She was furious when I told her about the call from him earlier and said, "Does he really think I'm that shallow?" She said it wasn't about having a perfect proposal or her parents there. It was about him making the whole thing about self as always, and she was done feeling ignored and belittled. So this was her breaking point. She's staying with her parents currently and has been receiving texts from him. The worst one so far is him telling her she has to pay him back for the ring and for ruining his life. Not gonna lie, I think she should give the ring back. Personally, I mean, if you're gonna say no to him, don't pour the salt in the wound of taking it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, all I can do is be here for her, and whatever the decision she makes, I will fully support because, as you've all helped me realize, this isn't about me, it's about her. Not my monkey, not my circus. That was a good one. I really like that. If you got to this point, thank you guys for sticking around. Make sure to subscribe. Go check out another one of my videos. I'll see you guys next time.